'Twas the night before E3, when all through Nintendo Land, not a gamer was gaming, not even Master Hand. The gamepads were charging by the TVs with care, in hopes that Reggie would soon be there. That's right, it's E3 Eve for Nintendo fans. The Spotlight presentation is only hours away. As such, we're bringing you a special episode about everything E3. But of course, it wouldn't be a special episode without a special guest. Tonight joining us is Kalea. Welcome to the show.
What up?
Yay!
All
Yay.
right.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank
All
y'all.
right. So we're going to start out with, of course, our wish list for E3. So what does everybody want to see this year?
What do you want to see this year?
Well, I've got to go with my regular. Every year I say I want a remake of Fire Emblem: The Binding Blade, and Nintendo has yet to hear my call, so I will say that once again. Me and the other 10 people who care.
I'm just gonna tweet that in all caps to them right now while we're talking.
Thank you. I appreciate the
Fire Emblem's definitely
Well,
getting more legitimacy, or at least it's getting a wider audience, I guess. I don't know about
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, especially with Echoes out now. They were saying that they wanted to bring some of the older Fire Emblems back and with introduce modern mechanics and stuff. So there's a chance.
Yeah, Echoes is totally brilliant. If anyone hasn't played it, it's a great game.
I haven't started it though, but I finished Conquest today, so
All right.
it's coming up.
Yeah, so I think I will always say Metroid. I will always say F-Zero. And I've recently discovered that I really want Contra on the Virtual Console.
The original Contra.
The original, yeah, none of this Super C stuff.
Gotta have it. It's a good game.
There will always be people who want Metroid more than I do, but I want Metroid. But no, it's got to be. I want a Steel Diver and a Pro Dock. That's what I want.
A Pro what?
A Pro Dock.
Oh, a Pro. Oh, that's
For
right.
the
Your Pro Dock.
controller?
A dock that is more than a piece of plastic with a few USB ports and an HDMI out. Like I want a
Even
dock.
keep a beer can cold.
Sure. Justify the $90 you're asking for this stupid friggin' dock.
They could probably put a hot plate in it.
There you go. Make it do something. Give it a little light or something.
What about Star Fox?
Is it
Yeah.
still too soon?
Yeah, I was wondering that because that was one that I kind of thought like, hey, maybe that one would be ripe for one of their reissues, but I bet
No.
you they. I
They're
bet you
gonna
what
leave
they
that
do
one
is
buried. They're gonna leave that
they'd
one
make you
buried.
use both of the Joy-Cons in the same arms configuration and like motion control the ship that way.
They're gonna
Platinum's
leave that
got their
one
hands
buried.
tied too, probably. I don't know if they'll bring them back for another Star Fox. Platinum, they just kind of helped with the last one, right? They didn't really do like the brunt of development, as far as I remember. But
They made it seem like Miyamoto was really in control of that one, but I think Nintendo still probably needs help getting their technology up to snuff. So that's probably where like Platinum comes in, who always makes like beautiful games.
mhm.
Who's actually a fan of the Star Fox games, by the way?
Me?
I
I
like
lo-
the first two.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
them. Not a huge fan, but I'll play them.
I like playing them in Smash Bros. That count.
Somebody gave me a copy of what was it, Star Fox Adventures, like for GameCube or something.
Hey, that was a
And,
really
like,
pretty game.
That was like years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. But I had never played it before. Like I was just.
Did we have
I
a
think-
dropout?
I
Looks like
think-
someone dropped.
We lost Mo and Dana.
Oh, Dana's here. I heard her. There she is.
She just popped back in.
And by Dana, you totally mean T, right?
There he be.
Yeah, but we're cutting
There you
this
go.
part out anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, sorry about that.
Your
know what
video's on,
happened.
bro.
Hey, that's all right. It's
I
just
can only see the top of your head.
that's all that's there. Anyway,
All right, so
So,
we were talking about Star Fox.
yeah, I was just
Something like
saying
it's a
that
beautiful game.
it is
Yeah,
a beautiful
Adventures.
game, and Adventures was was okay. So maybe I like the whole series. I haven't played the Star Fox. Was it Assault? I haven't played that one or the other one, but I'm a fan of it. It seems like there's got to be a way that they can make that into a great game again.
I feel like if they combined Star Fox and Pilot Wings, something good could come out of that. But
Well,
they're
the first
fine
two
as-
basically had the same chip, I think,
Oh, did they?
or very similar kind of graphic style. There was something very similar. Maybe it was the Mode 7 stuff.
Yeah, I think you're right. So, wish list for E3. Are we still on that? I'm going to add a few.
Go for it, man.
Netflix, for God's sakes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Seriously?
they could
When you
win
get a-
E3.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. The bar is so low for Nintendo. For Nintendo to win E3, all they have to do is say, hey, we're going to do half the stuff that everybody else is, and people will blow their minds.
Yeah, it's like when your kid hands you like a drawing, and you're so proud that they did it. That seems to be their approach to technology.
Mm-hmm. Wow. You figured out how to do a friends list.
Yeah,
You figured
which I
out
still
how to
haven't.
actually have a gaming log. No, you have a friends list. You can't do anything.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I need a code to add them still.
Hey, at least it finds them from Mitomo now, right?
Yeah, but they don't
Yeah,
show
that's
the,
handy.
they don't show the
Progress.
name. So it's like if you know 5 people with the same name, you don't know who you're adding. Or at least that's my problem.
That's true.
Yeah. I just recently noticed you can add friends that you've recently played with. So you can go through, like, I could go back to like the first Splatoon test fire and just randomly add someone. And it's creepy because it shows you what games they've been playing. And it must be updating this data because it'll say like Mario Kart 8. And I'll be like, that game wasn't out when Splatoon's first test fire was, because it tells you the date. So you could just add somebody randomly that you played with. I guess you could do that on Wii U too. I just didn't.
Yeah, you could. Or block them. I mean, again,
Yeah.
that's a normal friend list function that other consoles have had forever, right?
Bravo, Nintendo.
Anyone can friend request me, and I just say no.
Yeah, unless
But
I know them, I usually say no.
About the wish list real quick, I know this is kind of weird, but it's kind of nostalgia for me. I played Jet Force Gemini with my brother, and it was the first co-op shooter I ever played. And I kind of want that to come back. I don't care how, maybe some remake or some sort, but I think that would be baller.
Wasn't
But it
that
might-
rare?
Yeah, it was a rare game.
It's N64, and I
Yeah.
got to be a girl. It was baller. I had
That's
blue
good.
hair. Yeah,
It's a
game
good
was
game.
fun. Killing ants.
Animal Crossing, right? We
Yeah.
all want Animal Crossing. It's about time we get another one.
I have an issue with that. I want it to be cross-compatible. I want the game to work on 3DS and Switch. I don't want to have to be stuck to my TV or carry around the Switch screen. I'd rather have my flip 3DS to take with me. I know they're probably not going to do that, and the history's been console, handheld, console, handheld, console, handheld. But I'm hoping they can figure something out so I could still play it on my 3DS.
I wish they would let me transfer my possessions.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, yeah.
Nintendo loves selling you the same things over and over. You
Well,
know.
I know, but the same virtual things is too much. It's like you feel like I played a lot of Animal Crossing New Leaf, and it was the first and only one I've ever really played.
Mhm.
And now, like, the whole prospect of starting all over from scratch is like so infuriating to me that I don't know if I could make the jump. I'd want to, but I had a blast with New Leaf.
I ended up keeping each of my old towns because I'm weird. But yeah, it's I don't know. If someone wants to just bring their character over, they should be able to. MMOs do that.
Character, yes, but not all your stuff. And I know
All
what
of
you're
it.
talking about, Mo. All that crap you collected.
Give me that sloppy
All of it.
furniture.
You know,
That's
all
the
that
thing
stuff,
about him. Oh,
it,
go
it
ahead.
carries over from one game
Hey,
to
wait a
another.
minute. Yeah, when you sell your town now in the new update, you don't have to sell your catalog. So all the stuff that you had, you can reorder, but they still need to let you have your special items.
I wish that was something that they would drop from the game series in general. Is like the, the limited items that are not, you cannot reorder from your catalog, and you just have to keep your drawers full of junk that you never intend to use, but you don't want to sell it because you can't get it again.
Yeah,
True.
Mm-hmm.
that is a thing.
It's collecting purely for the sake of collecting, and then
They're teaching small children how to hoard.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. It's very bad.
Nintendo's gotten hip to that horde mentality lately with like the badges and there's all kinds of collectibles like in everything now that are for no reason at all.
Trophies. Prepare for trophies next.
I mean, honestly, though, catching fish and fossils and filling up a list kind of makes me feel like I have something to do in the game.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
not
that's
opposed to
fun.
it. Yeah.
I'm
But-
glad
Yeah.
that they added in the missions, the cat, whatever thing.
Oh, the
Anyway.
coupon
Oh, Nikki?
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yeah, it makes it like it gives me things that I would
Katie,
actually do
that's
in the
right.
game. Normally, I'd just sit there and be bored.
Yeah, or
So-
like when the villager tells you have to get a petition signed at someone else's house.
Yeah,
Or
but if
someone
a
else's
villager
town.
asks me for a coelacanth, I kind of am like, "There's a bonfire right there. I'm just gonna throw you in that right now." He asked for the most rare animals. I mean, the rare fish and bugs.
I used to stock my house with like just fish tanks and bug tanks waiting for them to ask me.
Oh, I just ignore them. I'd tell them no. I have better things to do.
You know what's funny?
Oh no, I tell them, yeah, I'll get that for you, and then never do it.
That's exactly what you do, and you still get the badge for being a helpful person.
Oh,
Wait,
really?
seriously?
I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Hey, will you
I didn't
deliver
know
this?
that.
Sure. It goes and sells it. And you don't talk to them. You don't let them know you failed. The next day they forget, and it counts as you doing something, apparently.
Well, some of the things like the weed badge seemed excessive. The street pass badge, like for the highest levels, those two really seem excessive, especially for the
You have to go to
US.
a game con for that.
Well,
It's just
even
ahead.
all the ones I've been to, I still don't have the street pass badges.
Yeah, people have to be playing the game. That's right.
I just went to
True.
McDonald's and Starbucks a lot.
it's another sign of Nintendo being out of touch with reality, or at least reality outside of Japan, maybe.
Hmm.
You know what? Just
I
let
thought-
me. You know what? You know what? Mario Party, local only. Why? Like, you think I have friends right next to me? Like, I want to play Mario
Yeah.
Party with my friend in Missouri. Why? Like, they forget that some people don't have friends.
I don't
what-
think it's that. I think it's just they've never been able to put together a competent network, and so their excuse is, you don't need that. You don't
Yeah,
need
that's
to
why.
play
That's what Jason
online."
just reminded me of just now when he said that. I was like, dude, they don't let us have. Okay, no, Echoes. What is it? Final Fantasy, Echoes of Time. Okay, it's a Game Boy Advance game, or no, it's a DS game. It's really old. Me, Serena, and Cooper could play together online co-op on that DS game, but they
Yeah.
can't do that to Mario Party. You know what I mean?
But what technology they have currently, like their online capabilities are basically the same exact online capabilities as that co-op I've decided on the DS. Like Mario Kart
God.
from DS Mario Kart is the matchmaking and everything, it's the same. I don't think it's changed. I think it's the same exact, they've tweaked it here and there over the years, but it's the same matchmaking that was in Steel Diver, that was in Splatoon, that's in everything. I think it's all the same back end that they've been using and, upgrading here and there, but it's the same shit since the DS days, I'm
Do you
sure.
remember when they like cut the Wi-Fi to the like Wii and the DS? Like they were just like, we're discontinuing the internet. I really think it's because they needed more space for what they were doing with 3DS and Wii U.
No, I absolutely think you're right. They were just moving the old systems off so that the new systems could use up the bandwidth instead. And again, I'm sure they've expanded on, but I guarantee you that the servers, it's the same back end that they've been using since the beginning.
I think they'll upgrade for the Switch. I think now they know that if they're going to charge people, although no matter how crappy it is, let's face it, everyone's going to cough up $20 instantaneously. They're not going to really have to worry about it being good because we're already locked in for at least a year.
I don't think we're
But
going to
I
get
think
anything we
they'll
don't
have to
already
do
have.
something.
I don't think we're going to get anything we don't already have, but we haven't already had on previous systems. They might add a few more features and functions and upgrade the back end a little more. They've got their partnership with Dina and whatever, but or however the hell you pronounce it.
DNA.
Yeah, I know, but
I call it
just,
Dina too.
I don't know. I think they're not. I think they're going to continue to be behind. Right? They still put out a console that's underpowered. As much as I love it, it's still an underpowered console at the end of the day. They still are just behind on all the
Are
media
they
stuff.
like running low on money?
Not at all. They have a huge
No, they
stack.
just sold the Mariners.
They could
Yeah.
they could just totally build something brand new on the side and then convert it over, like do test conversions, have beta testers, make sure it works, and then convert over to the new network. I don't know why. Like, it's the same reason Best Buy is still using like Windows Millennium Edition, because it costs money to upgrade and it still works. So who cares, I guess. But it's like, dude, people would love you so much more if you did.
Let me pose this
So-
question. I know all of us just about have played Splatoon, and the connectivity was the biggest killer of online.
Oh, I was so annoyed at that. I would have to, if I couldn't get in a match, like I had to be there at a certain. It's like, hey, quick, get online so you can be in my group. It's like, no. It's just
And
I
then
had
you wait
issues
for
with Animal
everyone else
Crossing
to
even.
finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same here.
Like there were certain people on Animal Crossing that I was like, their internet must just be not compatible with my internet, because it would like disconnect every time we were together. But then if it was like me and someone else, it would be perfect all the time.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
We had a few bad nights. I mean, once I switched to wired for Splatoon, I really didn't see a lot of problems. But that was also when Splatoon had matured a little bit and probably wasn't as busy.
Exactly.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is
yeah.
just notoriously bad. So like I had issues. I didn't have too many with ARMS, but I did have some with the Splatoon test fire.
Do you think
I-
Nintendo will correct that? And if that's all it fix, is that enough to sell this new online service?
It would be for me. Honestly, that's like the one thing that I'd ask for them. That and cloud saves, actually.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
thing, is they could win E3 with any of these things.
Yeah,
This is
Sadly.
basic. Seriously, this is basic shit.
I know. Yeah, it's pathetic.
I have been able to transfer my games by my PlayStation ID forever, and I can't do that with any of
You
my.
could do that on PS3, couldn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
that's
surprised they even accept credit cards.
yeah.
It's money. You'll take the money, you know.
Sometimes.
Some, that's true.
Just wait till a parent
Unless it's
complains, then
Amiibos.
they'll take that feature away too.
Of course.
Jeez.
I mean, it's just I kind of wish they would. Okay, so like even so, the Pokemon anime, for example, they keep Ash at like age 10, even though he clearly ages. Like they could keep him around 16, and that'd be good. Like if they grew him up to about age 16 and left it there. Me and Cooper were talking about it's like Nintendo is trying to target like 10 and 11-year-olds. It's like those kids that age are looking up to like 15, 16-year-olds. They want to be them. So how about you target things, a little bit older than 10 and 11. Give the kids a little bit more responsibility for their own actions.
I don't know who
Gosh, someone's
Nintendo thinks they're
rocking it.
targeting anymore. They think they're
Yeah.
targeting everybody. They think they're
I don't
like,
know.
right,
They're not targeting me as an adult. They're targeting.
we taught them that they could get old people, they could get everybody, right? And somehow they've been chasing that ever since, and I don't think they're going to get it back. They're not getting it with the Switch. They're
You know
still
what
just
took
getting-
over old people and young people is called the iPad. So
Yeah, exactly.
just target gamers.
No,
We're here, Nintendo. We love you.
There
Sell
are
us shit.
tons of people. I go to Asian places all the time, right? So I go to Asian food, and everybody at every table is playing Clash Royale or some kind of phone game, right?
Mhm.
And I bust out my Switch or my 3DS, and I'm the oddball. There's nobody else that brings an actual handheld console anymore. Like how often did you guys get Street Pass with your 3DS unless you were specifically at an event or specifically went to
One
McDonald's or
time, I
something?
think.
Well,
Yeah.
in the
Time and
beginning, it happened a lot more when the 3DS
True.
was still a thing, right? But as
When it
of
was
the
when it
last
was
year,
new.
yeah, no.
But even
nothing last
then,
year.
you get one here and there, right? I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know how busy. I live in a reasonably urban area, but I
I
wouldn't
get a few, but that's because I'm in Portland. I'm kind of in a city with.
If you're in a walk-in city, then you get them.
Yeah.
But there's a dozen of those in the U.S. and that's about it. Like
Guess
outside
y'all
of
should just move here.
yeah, exactly, or
Clearly.
San Francisco, or like when I went to New York, I got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You go to Tokyo, you probably get a bunch of them, but not for the vast majority of the world. So that that feature was what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was like everything else Nintendo makes. It was
kinda-
limited, unlimited potential, but limited realization.
Mhm.
Yeah, well said.
For me, I kind of feel like the 3DS is the handheld game machine. Like okay, people can be playing their iPad and stuff, but they're not going to play Mario and Zelda and stuff on their 3DS or on their iPhone. So I see people, if you bring out a 3DS, you're playing like Animal Crossing or Fire Emblem or that kind of stuff. And I just, the reason I basically never liked the idea to begin with of them making a home console a Switch, or I mean a handheld, which is what the Switch is trying to do. And I just don't think that's going to pick up as a handheld. I think most people will use it as a console. I think they should focus on their 3DS as being a handheld. It's one of their best sellers, in my opinion. It has the most games. I think they should
that seems to be the way they're going.
I don't know. I feel like they're trying to advertise the Switch being mobile too much. I don't know.
But they
Well,
did
I
say
think
that
we
they
talked
wanted
about
to.
that before.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they
go
were
ahead, T.
combining their powers, so to speak. They're merging
Yeah,
their
development teams.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they don't have that divide between mobile and console anymore,
Yeah.
or handheld and console. Who knows? They seem
Yeah, I just want to see more 3DSs out. I feel like I want there to be a bigger focus on 3DS and 3DS games, because I feel like that's where they get a good amount of their money.
It's kind of always their safe backup plan, but I think by like maybe next year, I think you'll start seeing less and less for that, because anyone that's going to make an underpowered game is going to want to just put it on the Switch.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's got the buzz, and it's going to be a 2DS anymore, not a 3DS, which still pisses me off.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm gonna keep my 3DS and see what they come out with for their 2 consoles from now. See what they do. I don't know.
Well, I love the 3DS too, but realistically, I think they're just going to focus on the Switch from this point forward.
I'm not saying
they've still got another year or so. A lot of games are coming out later this year and then 2018 too.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it sucks, but it is what it is. We'll see though. You never know. Tomorrow they might announce like 3DS 2 or whatever.
Remember what Sony was going to do with the PSP Go and then the Vita, because they keep saying this and not doing it? It's like, you can play this game and then pause it and pick it up on your PS4. Or you can play online on your PS Vita at the same time as playing on your PS4 with friends or whatever. And it'd be kind of cool if they kind of like had the 3DS alongside with the Switch, instead of making
That's
Switch.
kind of what the dock does, though, right? Like, well, it's not exactly the same
Well,
thing.
you mean like how you'll be playing it on the screen, you put it in the dock, it pops up on the TV.
Right. It's not like what the gamepad had, right? You'd have a TV player or whatever. It's not quite the same thing, but it's like a similar concept.
You're talking about having integration between the 3DS and the Switch, though, right?
Yeah, I just don't want to see the 3DS die off.
And that's been the thing about the handhelds since like the GameCube, with all that stuff with the Game Link, the Game Boy Advance, Game Link cable, and all that kind of thing. Like people have wanted them to do this forever, and they've never pulled much of this off. They've done really, really half-assed things here and there. Like, wow, you can use it as a Smash Brothers controller for Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
Great. That's wonderful. That's really about the least you could do.
Hey, I think you can play pure chess with people on PC and other platforms as well for 3DS.
Oh, wow.
Oh, can you? That's actually kind of cool.
I own it for Wii U and for 3DS, so I should definitely know.
So now the problem is not that they can't do it, they just don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of maintenance.
I mean, if anything, maybe after this Switch stuff dies down in a couple of years, they'll pay attention to the 3DS again. I just wish that they could hype them both at the same time, because, I have so many good games on my 3DS, and on the Wii U, I have like 5 games, 2 of which I think are good.
I think they would have phased the 3DS out by now, but I think they do honestly like it as a backup. Like, we don't want to go whole hog on the Switch and have it.
I just want them to be more excited about it still, like keep the hype going for it, because to me, that's one of the reasons I'm still. This is what I spend the most money on.
They are 3DS. they just pushed out Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon for 3DS.
I'm gonna slap every
which
time they do that. I get so mad.
I know, it's terrible. But at least from that perspective, they're still trying to support it. But that's crap. Black
Hey,
2
but
and
are you
White 2
buying
were
it,
crap
though?
too.
I am not.
Yeah, this
Mhm.
might be the first one I totally skip.
I am pretty sure that the majority of I'm gonna say 13 or 14 and under are buying it though.
I think we kind of hit on a problem with the Switch itself right here. Nintendo hasn't done a good job of actually selling it as you would want to play your Switch rather than a 3DS. I think that's kind of what Kalea is hitting on here.
Yeah,
I'd
that is
rather
it
be
actually.
playing. Yeah, and
Yeah,
until
I
they
still
do
use my
that,
Wii U more.
right? Until they do that, I mean, why not keep the 3DS?
Yeah, I'm not
Because they're
saying
selling. They're not
when
selling to 3DS or Wii U owners, I don't think. But go ahead.
When I saw that first Switch commercial or whatever, I was so excited. I thought that thing was baller. But it literally has Zelda. And I've bought in consoles for Zelda before. And then that's all I used it for. So
Yeah, it's worth waiting a little while. But
yeah, so I'm gonna wait for it, but it's just if Reggie did an interview, someone interviewed him asking him, what do you have to say about releasing games, like your lineup being basically nothing? And he's like, well, we think it's better for the long run of the console to release games over the lifespan of the console. So over a few months each, we'll pop out a new game. And I was like, I guess that can make sense, but I figure when you first buy a console, you should have maybe 3 AAA titles to make people I have to have that console now and then break it up or something. To me, that's just we don't really have any games to release right now besides Zelda, so we're just gonna
just a very diplomatic way of stating that.
Yeah, saying we're releasing this console, but we didn't really make any games besides Zelda for it right now.
Yeah, we're releasing
Well,
this
they had to get
console.
that out
It's not
early.
ready, but we know you'll buy it.
And so it's
Stock issues too.
I mean, I want them to do the whole. Oh yeah, no, I can't find one anywhere.
Nobody ever had trouble finding a Wii U, did they?
Nope.
I got it on launch day, and I was like, why?
Yeah, that's something interesting. Another reason to pimp the 3DS.
I remember the Wii U launch. I was standing in line with 3 other guys, and we all were looking at each other like, why the hell are we here? It was 5 minutes before opening at Best Buy, and there was 3 people. It was okay.
Yep.
We're the suckers.
I think they did a really good job. I think they did a really good job with their ad. It made it look like to me it looked like new tech, sexy high class new tech. I was so excited. Oh, that looks so baller. And then it's I'm just gonna wait until they come out with a couple more games first, because it is a game console in the end. So
I think the big mistake with the Switch is that because everyone's probably done with Zelda that bought it on launch day by now, there's nothing Reggie used to talk about engagement, like how they wanted the Wii U to be the center of your entertainment room, and they're competing for your time on that thing, but there's nothing to do.
For that.
There's no Netflix, there's no browser, there's nothing to make me engage it every day unless I'm specifically going to play one of the few games that I'm already tired of playing.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Breath of the Wild. I'm saving that because I don't want to go over 200 before they get that little tracker thing.
I have Breath of the Wild for the Switch because I forgot to cancel my pre-order.
You're one of those people. You're one of the statistics that they've
been
sold more
talking
Breath
about
of
you in
the
the
Wild.
Nintendo news.
That's right. What's up, guys? No, seriously, what are they saying about me though? I don't listen.
The Breath of the Wild has outsold the number of Switches, so there's more people. And that's I thought it was more because people are buying special editions as well as a regular edition to open. Mm-hmm. But maybe it's people like you that forgot to cancel their pre-order.
Yeah, I canceled my pre-order of the game because I decided. I mean, I was going to because I decided I was going to wait for the Switch. But when it arrived, people were like, "You could get it on the Wii U. It's just as good." I'm like, "No, I'll hang on to it because I know I'm going to get one." I'm not over Nintendo enough to not get their console. I'm just going to wait. This is the first time I've ever not gotten a console on launch day, aside from the Wii. Yeah. The Wii's the only one because I actually waited till City Folk came out for it, so that was 6 years.
See, this is the first one I have bought on launch day.
Nice. I mean, it's an exciting one. They need to do some things with their hardware. Otherwise, it's just sitting there looking pretty. I haven't seen the past few Nintendo Directs. Do they still do the thing where they split it between the home console and the handheld?
Not really.
See,
Yeah,
that's what.
They did it for that one big one though.
Yeah. I wanted to always have like a section for here's new games coming out for the Switch, and here's some new ones coming out for the 3DS, and that
Well,
way
they
there's.
might though. Did you watch You didn't watch the last direct?
Mm-mm.
Because now they've changed the format to this rapid fire news segment where it's just got a bunch of tabs open with headlines of what they're going to talk about.
The last
Oh,
big
geez.
direct.
Yeah.
Right.
Was that the
So
one where they
they're-
They've had a
announced
bunch of short
Ultra?
ones since.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
No, that was announced in an actual Pokemon direct. So I guess I'm talking about the last Nintendo direct, not
I'll have
game
to look at
specific
it later.
Are they going to
Yeah.
call them spotlights from now on? That's what I'm wondering. Is Nintendo Direct dead? Is it going to be Nintendo Spotlight?
Maybe because Iwata used to do the signal thing, and he's not there anymore to do that. So
They've had some
a
other
little
people
depressing.
try, but yeah, it's just
Oh.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
little
they're
sad.
probably gonna. Yeah.
But oh well, way to crap all over Nintendo right before E3, guys.
That
Man,
is the
if-
point of this podcast, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Say what no one else is saying.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So what do people think is other than what's been announced? What is a guaranteed safe bet if you had to put your tax return on it? What will Nintendo definitely announce tomorrow?
It has to be Smash. It has to be.
Now, if this question were phrased slightly differently to ask, what will Nintendo not announce?
Yeah, Mother
I've got-
3.
Yeah, F-Zero, absolutely. Just knife in my heart every year, but we won't go into
Yeah.
that.
We'll probably not get something we wanted. We'll get something that Reggie will tell us we didn't know we wanted.
Yes.
Like ARMS.
Oh my gosh.
I can't. I'm sorry, guys. I know people say that game's fun. I can't.
I think that's the
It's
general consensus. I
yeah.
think I'm the only one that's going to buy it, right?
I'm gonna look
Like,
through my
I'd
library
have the
here.
5-star rating on the box.
go
My
play-
review would be 3 stars, and it would be like, it's not bad.
Better than nothing, right?
It's okay. It's fine, maybe.
It's a game.
Yeah.
It's made by Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean,
That would be
if it
my
was
quote.
$30, I would be all over it.
Yeah, or if it came with a set of Joy-Cons for just the cost of a set of Joy-Cons, I'd totally
Yeah,
buy it.
that would have been smart.
It's basically
No, I
think
free.
people are going to have more Joy-Cons than they know what to do with, because we're only like 3 months in, and you've got multiples, don't you, Z?
I bought the gray set just because I'm a fucking sucker. That's the only
So you
reason
can
I
be
bought
discreet
the gray set.
in public.
Yeah, basically,
When I
yeah,
get a
you're
Switch,
right. So I could
When I
take
get a
it to
Switch,
a bar.
it's just going to be the gray one.
Yeah, because then you can take it out in public and not feel like a moron.
Why not just wear one of those neon orange road crew jackets?
Yeah, exactly. With a Switch in every pocket.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like I said, I like it for player one.
Uh-oh. We got some droppage.
Yeah, we lost everybody again.
Jason. You don't have a Switch yet, right?
Yeah, I have a Switch.
You what? Okay, what are the games you have on it right now?
Let me think. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and that's it.
Yeah. If you
was
look at his playlist on his Switch, like on the friend list, that's it. That's all he's got.
I've got some demos.
Yeah.
I just died. That was hilarious. Oh, just think about this here.
I swear, I had more games at the Wii U's launch than I would have for the Switch's launch.
Yeah, I got a
have
lot more
Zelda,
games.
and that'd be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the Wii U, at least there was I think Rayman was a launch game. That was good.
Oh, there were
No,
all
actually,
sorts of
I
launch
lied.
games. There were lots of third-party ports and all sorts of
Yeah,
stuff that were
Scribble
available
Knots,
from the Wii U
Zombie
at
U.
launch. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zombie U. I bought that years later. Still haven't played it. No, I just had Rayman. But I mean, it was still okay because Miiverse was a thing. There was other stuff you could do on the console.
Right.
Nintendo Land was a great party game for a little while at least.
I like that little Animal Crossing thing they did where you just had animals show up. It was like Animal Plaza or something. It wasn't a game. It was just like
Oh, yeah.
something
I
they
still
got
got
rid
that.
of it.
Uh,
They got rid of it because they hate
You
me.
can
did
still
they finally
post
get
in
rid
it.
of it?
You can still post in it if you had the software previous to them discontinuing it.
Oh,
I think that's
I mean,
what
nobody
Animal
will look.
Crossing Switch will look like, probably. Because they had the models there and the engine basically built. They had to do
Yeah.
something besides Amiibo Festival.
That was really the first HD Animal Crossing there.
yeah, that was a fabulous piece of work.
A lot
Hold
of
up, I
effort
have
for
a
nothing.
I have a question. What do you guys think about if Animal Crossing came to mobile, like to phones? I don't even know what to think about that.
Oh God,
Like
as long as
legit
it's
Animal
not
Crossing.
a gacha. Just
Yeah,
they can't. If it's a gacha, I won't download it. I can't.
I think
I
this
don't
new
know.
mobile one's going to be really boring, and I would hope
I
if
wonder
they
if
were
they-
smart that they would make a way you can transfer like villagers from your phone to the game or something like that.
Items or
Some kind of
something.
integration. Yeah, that's the only way that I think is going to really fly
Yeah.
is if there is some kind of direct game integration.
Yeah, I wonder if they'd actually do a legit full game. They probably won't, but if I don't know if I'd do that or
No,
not.
they wouldn't, because they don't want to not distract, but they don't want people to spend more time on their phones than consoles, right?
Yeah, they want the
Unless
mobile to be
they-
an advertisement for the core experience.
Unless they
There you
figure
go.
something like Animal Crossing has run its course, you know what I mean, and they're ready to
Mm.
kind of throw it out there because right what the last
Fire-
every Animal Crossing game I've played has been pretty damn much the same. But sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying Fire Emblem could be on the phone. It's like,
It's not the
It
full
is.
game. It's a good game, but it's completely different from your classic
yeah.
Fire
Well, I'm saying
Emblem
that's one they could
experience.
totally
Yeah.
port over to the phone because it's just tap this square. Here's where you go.
Mhm.
But I
Well,
don't
they're
know.
not really in the software business though, so as far as
Yeah.
they don't want to sell their software far and wide, so they just want something as like a fish hook to draw you into the main console thing.
Mhm.
I think Animal Crossing is kind of like Mario and Zelda, where it's always going to be kind of the same. I mean, granted, they did something completely different with this Zelda, but it's kind of like one of those. I don't think it will fade out because it's like Mario Kart, like
It's a
those.
major thing now. I
Yeah,
think it's
even though it's kind of
especially
the
with New
same.
Leaf,
Yeah. So I don't know.
it's now in that group of. Well, even if you guys can't, but the Switch has like these little player icons, and there's only so many of their properties. They've got Mario icons, they've got Zelda icons, Animal Crossing, Splatoon, Star Fox, and Metroid. I think that's
Pikmin.
all of them.
There's Pikmin.
So,
Donkey
and
Kong,
Pikmin, that's right.
Star
Donkey
Fox.
Kong. Well,
I mean, there's a lot
Oh,
of smaller
Pikmin.
IPs too, ones that don't sell so well, but just look at Smash. They
but
try to
Chibi
those
get,
must be
Robo.
what they consider the heavy hitters now.
yeah.
And Pikmin, I mean, I love those games, but
That's what they're
those aren't
doing
heavy
right
hitters.
now. They're focusing on their core IPs because that's what they're going to be expanding. That's all the crap with the theme parks and whatever movies they're going to do and whatever else, right? So they're
Can't wait for
trying to
Pikmin
kinda-
Sea Monkeys.
Yeah, man, that's going to be
Blue
fabulous.
Pikmin in their own tank.
I'm seeing, I don't know, what I feel like I'm seeing a lot of is these random side games they're making. So like how the Wii had like Wii Sports, Wii Bowling, all that stuff. Those little games. I feel like that's what I'm seeing a lot of on the Switch right now.
I was predicting Switch Fit starring Richard Simmons.
Oh my god.
Richard
It's a
Simmons
buy.
is like holed up in his mansion or something. Like he doesn't like something's weird with that guy apparently.
I thought he was
He's
dead.
back now. He said he's back now. So Nintendo
Needs to get on that license.
Yeah.
I still think they need to renew the Mike Tyson license. It's been long enough now. They need to just get over his past and they need to renew that license so we can have a proper Punch Out again.
Give the poor man some work, if nothing else.
I think we will see. They got to do some sort of bowling game now. And they're going to have to do, maybe they'll do a fit. Maybe the whole quality of life stuff's over now that Iwata's no longer around.
Maybe they can actually woo somebody who's got the Star Wars license these days.
I don't know.
Disney.
EA's been putting out stuff. Yeah, Disney owns.
I thought Disney
EA
owned
putting
everything
out-
now. I guess
Yeah,
not.
but EA's putting out the games though. I'm sure it's through a license deal with Disney. But yeah, they need to entice people to do an actual friggin' decent lightsaber game.
Uh-huh.
Now that Wiimotes are back in the form of the little Joy-Cons.
Rogue Squadron 2 HD Deluxe.
Ah,
Yeah, there you
please.
What do you guys think about Nintendo still not getting on the stage at E3? It's killing me.
Eh.
I think they look at it as they can release information all throughout the year and have 100% Nintendo state TV controlled dialogues.
I still want them to kind of get up there and show off their shit for a minute. I mean, they're the ones who have, Xbox and PlayStation don't get to have Mario and Zelda and all that. I mean, it'd be cool for them to get up there and just show off their Zelda game. Like, hey, what's up? This is what you can do on our console.
Yeah,
Tune
when
into
it's
the direct later.
it doesn't end up on a cringe reel.
Yeah.
Well, Miyamoto's there now. I mean, he was on stage, right?
He was on stage. Yeah, he was on stage at the
presentation?
freaking Apple convention.
So
He was on stage for Wii Music.
Can we not?
I think that's what they're trying to avoid.
I don't know. I just like it. I just like him to be up there with the big boys up top.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
they
how
get
hard
stage
can it
time
be-
for a minute.
How hard can it be to just like put on a normal, regular presentation, like they
And
do in
then-
their directs, but just live? You know,
And they can still do all their live stuff after. It just would kind of be like, hey guys, we're here too, with the big boys up top.
Yeah,
just,
I mean, that makes sense that
Get on
they have
stage.
such a long time to show all their software, because I don't know if
Yeah.
Sony or Xbox does anything like that, but it's like Nintendo just does like 4 hours solid.
Yeah, they could just pick like a little multiplayer, game thing going on, play it in front of everyone on stage, and then get off, and then just go do their long web present. I don't know. I think it would just be nice to see them physically get up there. They have stage time, use it.
All right, here's an interesting question. How many completely new titles that you didn't know about today, right now, do you think you'll know about by this time tomorrow?
One.
I was gonna say 2, but that was like
Yeah.
hopeful.
That's the feeling I get. I think they're going to mainly talk about what we already know is coming. They're going to have to talk about ARMS and be like, by the way, it comes out in 3 days.
They have already told us the majority of the games are going to be releasing in the future. They don't really have anything that they have not already told us.
Yeah,
They'll
they said
probably
it's for
have
this year.
a bunch of smaller indie or not necessarily indie,
Yeah.
but smaller dev projects.
Sizzle
Like maybe
reel.
get a couple eShop exclusive titles, new things, sequels, what have you, and then like one major thing that somehow miraculously never gets leaked.
Detective Pikachu.
Well, we already know about that one, so it doesn't quite count.
Yeah, how much? Come to think of it, so we saw this big long sizzle reel at the Switch announcement in January. How many of those games have actually come to pass at this point? Like a quarter of them?
A handful. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's got to be half.
I'd have to go back and look at the list, but there's still much more that we already are supposed to expect coming for this console that has not yet come. So I don't.
At this point, I would say like
expecting-
25% of the games are also on Wii U right now.
I'm expecting to not be surprised or excited. That's
I haven't been for a while.
yeah.
That's how I feel. That's what's kind of depressing me is, I don't know. Nintendo was always like something I got. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want them to hype up something. If they're not going to hype up the Switch, hype up the 3DS. I mean, they can't hype up the Switch because they have no games out yet. They can talk about all the stuff they're going to do, but
They'll hype up
Yes.
Mario's hat.
Splatoon.
it's not here yet. But yeah, they are hyping that up. But
I think we'll just get another Splatoon trailer. I'm hoping. My hope there is that it'll reveal something new. You
well,
know,
I just saw some. I'm on their whatever e3.nintendo.com, and it says Splatoon 2 tournament June 13th, 2:30 p.m., 5:30 p.m. ET. So you'll see some more gameplay. for
Yeah, they're
sure.
doing one for ARMS and for Pokken Tournament.
Yeah.
And maybe surprise Smash.
I don't know if
Reggie's saying expect breaking news, So
was that the same thing he said when they released Pokemon Moon Ultra?
maybe, probably.
I hope not. I don't know.
Sorry, guys, I dropped out again. It's been happening a lot recently. I'm not sure why. I don't know what to do to fix it. But
Weather?
No, weather's fine. Thinking it might be my Wi-Fi.
Well, on that
For
note, how
whatever
long
reason.
have we been running since Jason's going to have to cut this anyway?
let's see, it's 11:30 now, and we
Hour and a
started at
Hour and a half.
I thought this was supposed to be a short one.
Short and sweet.
It will be short when it cuts out all of that.
Yeah, I'll just delete 30 minutes of it. Yeah, well, not really.
Yeah, I mean, everybody can just do a quick final thought.
Yeah, let's do if you guys don't mind.
What's
Let's do a
left on the-
positive and a negative note. Try to find a positive one.
Right.
Well, I mean, we look forward to this time of year every year, right? Something cool is going to be announced tomorrow. Something you'll like, something you've played before, a sequel to, a game you've enjoyed. For me, that'll probably be Rhythm Heaven. Like, that's on my wish list, actually. If we get a sequel to Rhythm Tengoku, I'd be really happy.
Nice.
But that's not going to happen. So there's my negative.
Well, you did get your 3DS version, so that's out.
I still play it from time to time, actually.
I'd love to see Metroid, but I mean, at this point, I'll take Switch themes for just the screens.
Oh man, you guys are killing me.
We have high standards here, clearly.
I think it would be cool to hear some future talk of games like Professor Layton or something, because that could totally be on the Switch. You use it around the room to look for things. It'd be cool to have some mystery games come up. I think for E3, I am hoping that there is anything at all that I would be excited to buy the Switch for besides Splatoon 2. So that's my hope. And my negative comment is that I have high hopes that it will not happen. But something besides Zelda and Splatoon 2 would be jolly.
What, so Rabbids isn't convincing enough?
I don't know.
That's something.
I don't know how I feel about that, but
It's a
we'll
freaking
see.
cow milking game. Like, seriously? I'll just start that on another podcast. That just randomly came into my head right now. It's just like, come on. Another time.
Z, what do you think?
What's my final thought?
What's your positive for tomorrow's E3 and your negative?
What I would like to see, what's my positive? I don't have a positive or a negative. At this point, it's been so long and I've been so disappointed with so many of Nintendo's announcements. Like, I really all I got to say is please don't just don't disappoint me further.
No, for real. That's actually sums up. Yeah, that's exactly how I've been feeling the past 2 years now, I want to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll add my thought in is give me a reason to turn my Switch on again. It's currently sitting in its cradle, turned off, 100% charged. Give me something, or at least a hope of something to come that I'll not regret buying this console, and I'll actually want to turn it on again.
And if you
In
do
2
regret it,
years.
I will laugh at all of you for not waiting like me.
In 2 years, it's going to be okay.
That's right. By 2020, when we all take it to Universal Studios, we'll be like, this is the best console ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's got nowhere to go but up.
The hours I have spent playing Zelda on the toilet has made it already worth it to me. So even if nothing else beyond that, I've got my money's worth out of it, I think.
Fantastic.
I guess we'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I am kind of looking forward to it, but I always kind of have that built-in feeling for these events with Nintendo. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep the hype down. Try not to, so that way when I'm let down, it won't be a distant fall. It'll just be like, oh, okay.
Oh, like I fell off a curb. It's all good.
It's just that they've hurt me before.
That's right. I think they've hurt us all.
We're
pretty
used
badly.
to it.
Yeah.
Someday they'll listen, I hope. I don't know. I want it to feel the way it did, I don't know, when I was in my early 20s. I was like, yes, new console. Oh my God, these games. Me and my friends all freaking out. I have to get it on launch day. And now it's like, do I really want to get it? I don't know.
Like, it can wait.
Yeah, I can wait. So yeah, I'm hoping that changes at some point in my life. So.
You never know. Might happen tomorrow.
That's right.
All right, we'll find out.
So tomorrow we're going to come back, do this again. after the big reveal, we can tell everybody how disappointed we are and how Nintendo messed it up, right?
Indeed, looking forward
Can't
to
believe they hit a home run out of the park.
That's right.
You need someone to be negative. I'm your girl.
All right.
All right, then
I'll try to
Dana,
be. I try to be positive, but it's hard. So I'll try.
Especially with Nintendo.
That's true.
Thanks for letting me in on this podcast. I hope
Sure.
that I
Hey,
can.
thanks for being here.
Yeah, it was fun.
Nice
Hope I
having
can
you.
be here again. Thank you, Dana. I mean, God, you cut that out, Jason. You cut that out. God. Thank you, T. Just edit that out, okay? I'm so glad this isn't live. Oh my God. Let's just do that goodbye scene all over again.
All right,
Okay,
from the top,
Thank you guys for having me on this podcast. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks
you.
for being here, Kay. Enjoy.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Thanks,
All right.
everybody,
All right,
for
we'll see you
listening.
next time.
Y'all
See you
have a
next
good night.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Night, everyone.